it's not so easy and it's much more expensive, 5 kilo weight. And the MIG-17 as it was, my one's just about 26 kilos. The only way of getting it up is 25 is to by how slowly it took off the planes stuff. So max will probably be less than half throttle at the moment, doesn't need full power. But as I said again earlier, if you want to fly scale, you need through, you can pull up now, and a little bit more power. So anything around the 220 to 235 newtons is absolutely fast down the runway. Typical aeroplane design, the answer is no. My own one I describe it as flying a leather armchair. It's very lightly loaded, even my one at 26 kilos, and it's incredibly smooth. The A's are larger aircraft, but they're very powerful, and they're very smooth. So it's all round, it's a really, really nice aeroplane to fly. Here we go, pulling up to the roll. It's an iconic shape. The MiG-17 was a longer, slightly larger version of the MiG-4 moment arm, so there's just what's there, and that makes it smoother. This aircraft's not fully ducted, the ducting going in because the shape of the fuselage is so good that aerodynamically, if you close the throttle, it doesn't lose much energy at all. It continues travelling on at the same sort of speed. Then you boosting the fuel, you can fly for 8-9 minutes without the stop at all. Max low on the right, we heard it. Pilot looking at the ground. You see underneath him, Mark Leathersley's taxiing out to join with the Red Bull steam plane. Was originally built by the Motors and Rotors team, my people, one of my original customers' aircraft. And I can tell you that putting the decal that you'll see on the bottom of it on was a major pain. Multiple parts. Mark Leathersley power 320, between the two as far as power goes. And you can see how powerful the afterburner, the simulated afterburner is with the light and the tail cone. So they're just joining up now in formation. Actually on 2 servos on long push rods, but they're amazing effective air brakes and the slow the stuff down. And this aeroplane is very, very pulling up to the right hand side, pilots will be talking to each other. Rolling in opposite direction, pulling up elevators to come down the line. Max is slightly nearer us, you can see from the platform. So Mark needs to pick up a little bit of speed to get together again. Slightly less power needed from Mark that time. Again, getting it together. So these two guys have never flown together before, and it is not straightforward, which is the middle of things. They should be pulling now. Point. As you can see, they're slightly latently centralised. I am. Pete's filming us. Hello, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
T-Boy Rap. Pete's at all the shows filming videos for us. So his camouflage MiG. As I said, it's an enormous amount of drag. I've experimented with my own MiG. So he has flaps down as well. So I've landed with just the air brakes open. And in fact, it's on one of Pete's videos. And I've landed with the flaps and the air brakes. With everything out, with the air brakes open and the flaps open, it really does slow down, and like I said, easily operates at 100 metres. So Max coming from the right very slowly. You can see it's literally got no right to still be in the air. Such an efficient wind, and the huge flaps that you can see now generates a huge amount of lift, and that enables it to fly slowly. Both these aircraft 55 kilos on most of the control surfaces. Yes, it's a large servo as far as the torque required, but with the flaps, which are absolutely enormous, it guarantees there's no blowback.
I need to do a quick public service announcement. There's 2 people early, and a gentleman called Luke Henry and Kristen Sterling. Thank you.
So he's got the flaps down, You can see it's quite a slow approach, and even in this wind, if you look at the trees, you can see it's quite turbulent out there. Landing light on this side, holding the nose up, looking at the angle of attack, and seconds on the main wheels.
That was pretty good.
Right.
And he's got the boss calling for him, Andreas, so hopefully Andreas is happy with that landing.
No pressure. So, Mark, slightly higher energy, slightly more speed. So the full-size MiG is 600 knot aeroplane, 650 knot aeroplane, and this is 1 to 3.75 scale. So smaller than quarter scale, sorry, larger than quarter scale. But the scale speed of it is probably somewhere around 180, 190 miles an hour. Because it's a big aeroplane, you actually have to fly it faster than you think for it to look scale. Probably the fastest he did there is pretty close to a flat-out air show pass that they would do. There's quite a few MiG-17s flying in America. So Mark's got his gear down. I think he's also going to land up the hill rather than coming down at the same angle as him. So again, landing light on the left-hand wing, nose high, a little bit of power maybe. Lovely, absolute breezer. Nose leg down. So that was Max Jabasik and Mark Leversley finishing the